As I continue my series on ergonomics, I want you to know what the sitting, sleeping, and lifting habits are that irritate and damage the body so you can prevent damage and irritation and maintain your chiropractic corrections. Good ergonomics prevents body irritation and damage by promoting proper body alignment and efficiency of movement. But even perfect ergonomics must be combined with regular mini breaks, larger body movements to flush waste products. I'm going to tell you the two ways the irritation and damage occur, and then briefly show you how that happens with bad habits of sitting, sleeping, and lifting so you can avoid them. So the two ways the irritation and damage occur include too little movement and too much strain. Too little movement means constant, subtle working of the muscles that causes the production of muscle waste products without the cleansing flush that happens when muscles of larger movements occur. That flushes out the toxins. This results in trigger points, which are areas of muscles that have a buildup of irritating waste products. We see this too little movement problem with keyboard screen work, and working on other devices like phones or tablets. Too much strain from stretching weak or unstable tissues is the other way that irritation or damage occurs. We see this mostly with lifting and sleeping, but it also happens with sitting with your feet not firmly on the ground. The weak or unstable tissues I see most often are muscles and ligaments of the neck and lower back. These spinal regions have a tremendous burden to bear as the cervical spine anchors and coordinates complex head movements and arm movements, and the lumbosacral spine bears almost the entire body weight when you're upright, and anchors powerful leg movements when walking or running. So these spinal regions become weak from long-term limited use related to inactivity or pain. The instability may result from muscle weakness from poorly healed previous injuries like falls or whiplash, or even from many years in the past, or from poor brain coordination of those complex movements. So now I'll cover the bad habits of sitting, sleeping, and lifting that promote too little movement and too much strain, resulting in irritation and damage, so that you can avoid them. So I made individual videos on sitting, sleeping, and lifting, and you can find those in the information card or in the links below to see the full detail and demonstration of each. And briefly, what are the habits to avoid in sitting? Well, slouching. And this often happens to accommodate the screen. If your screen's a little bit too low, then we just tend to slouch down. Right? So having a chair that's too high that puts strain on your lower back if your feet aren't firmly on the ground. Sitting more than 30 minutes without a mini break. Those are the three things that tend to cause problems when sitting. Now, what about habits to avoid while sleeping? Well, anything out of your common walking posture. That includes twisting and bending that happens when you sleep on your side incorrectly, or correctly with injured or weak back, or on your belly. Lots of extension that also happens when you sleep on your belly, or from excessive flexion, so when your back is weak or injured. So normal walking posture that I mentioned, so think about that. Your arms and legs just tend to be in this plane. If they get out of that plane with a twist or a bend or flexion or lots of extension, those are all, if you're in that position for a long time while you're sleeping, tends to cause problems. All right, so now finally, habits to avoid while lifting. Allowing your back to be curved outward is the most important habit to avoid. So no, lifting with your legs is not the most important habit, although it can be important. So keeping the weight away from your body is another habit to avoid. You want to keep it close. Twisting and bending at the same time, especially if the weight is heavy or you do it repeatedly, is something to avoid. And this is a sure method for spinal disc damage or even disc herniation. Next, saying, "I got it," when you shouldn't. So get help if the load is very heavy or awkward, preventing you from lifting smart. In the following videos, I will be specific in showing you how to apply these ideas in real practical ways for sleeping, sitting, and lifting. So check out the links in the information tab and in the description below. Thank you for listening. This is Dr. Hobbs from Synergy Chiropractic and Natural Health. May God bless you.